So what's going on, everybody? JA here. Salute to you for tuning in. It's the Monday show. We're about to dive into all of this week's biggest sneaker updates. Stay tuned. We got a little something from all of your favorite brands. Plus, we're going to be diving into all of this week's best releases that you may want to be checking for. So if you guys enjoy these updates, make sure you help support the channel by smashing the like button down below. Now, to begin, we got to catch up on what just went down over the weekend. We got Christmas right around the corner. All of these brands are gearing up for their big fourth quarter drops. So as far as last weekend, we did see Nike hit us with the Ama Munya Air Max 95s, which previously they did drop exclusively via the Ama Munya website, but it looks like we did have a little small sneakers app drop where these did release in a very limited capacity. So it looks like as far as this drop, them joints are officially over with. We also saw Jordan Brand hit us with the Jordan 5 white, black, reverse metallic, whatever you want to call them. These were the big general release, retro Jordan release of the weekend, which as far as this pair, you guys already know what time it is with these. Most people would look at this as kind of like a filler release. They're not bad. I mean, you got a simple, clean color scheme, but you guys already know it's not like a collaboration or like an OG Grail release. Most people won't be really checking for them like that. I feel like the same case would go for these Seattle Sonics, Nike SB Dunks, which again, you got a clean colorway, great color blocking on these, but again, I feel like this is one of those releases that's gonna fly a little more under the radar, but a great sneaker nonetheless. Now, we also saw the debut of the Fear of God Basketball 2 model, which we saw drop in a high as well as low top version. And I feel like the big storyline surrounding this release was that Adidas was doing this Cyber Monday sale where you could apply 40% off to your cart. It looked like the coupon code was still available and customers were able to apply that 40% off discount to this brand new Fear of God release, which I'm guessing on the back end of Adidas was a huge mistake, which it looks like it brought down this sneaker to like 90 bucks or something, which a whole bunch of people were able to check out. And it looks like these joints did sell out via Adidas. But if you guys are still interested in paying full price for this model, you can still check them out via Fear of God Athletics main website. So it looks like as far as the debut of the new Fear of God Adidas Basketball 2, Jerry is starting off with a quick bang with a nice little sellout for them joints right there. Now, we also did see the Soulfly Jordan 12s. I believe they were calling them Cafecito or something like that. There was a little bit of buzz surrounding this release, but it seems like as far as the drop date, I guess a lot of people weren't really checking for these, as apparently I didn't really monitor the release, but I believe these were actually sitting via the Soulfly app. So I'm expecting, I guess we can expect to see these hitting the Nike Sneakers app sometime in the near future. We also saw that pair of Kobe Air Force Ones drop. We had the white colorway as well as the black pair, which apparently was numbered, as well as much more exclusive. So I feel like this is a great way to pay homage to the late great Kobe. And as far as these Air Force Ones, I could definitely see these as being like very collectible, especially down the line, and I think this is one that collectors are going to be going back on, and I could just definitely see the resale prices of them joints, you know, going up over time. We also saw Adidas team up with Hard Copy on a special pair of BW Armies, which as far as this one, we did see the soft launch earlier this year, and then as far as this official drop, they did release these with like some type of special like password or something like that. And then J Tips, he dropped the Saucony Matrix, which as far as this pair right here, you know, this is a lot different from the Omni 9, but I would say cool model. I guess this came back from Saucony's back catalog, originally released in 2000. You got the cranberry pair, and then apparently the blue pair, which at one time was supposed to be exclusive to like friends and family. It looks like those are going to be dropping sometime today on J Tips website. So if you guys are interested in checking them joints out, I would definitely suggest to follow that boy J Tips over there on Twitter. So as you can see, many pairs dropped recently, and that's not even including all of the ASIC stuff, all of the overseas exclusive releases. So a lot of different options to choose from. I would say at one point it felt like people were just kind of like buying up everything, but now with just so many different pairs to choose from, it seems like consumers are now kind of picking and choosing. So comment down below, let me know if you guys bought anything recently. And as we jump into this week's updates, we're gonna go ahead and start with Adidas. So it looks like the Kithmas tradition continues, as it looks like we got another Ronnie Fieg Clark's A Street Adidas collaboration on the way, which last year they teamed up on the Samba, and this year it looks like we got 3 different Adidas models. So they're going to be bringing the AS350, BW Army, as well as the classic Gazelles to the table. It seems like the theme centered around all of these releases will be kind of like this cream snake skin themed upper, and then of course you got the classic Clark sole with the beautiful gum bottom. Last year's release was a big hit. I would expect, you know, people to definitely gravitate towards this release, especially with the premium constructed upper. And as far as release details, pricing information is not available currently, but it looks like we can expect these to all three be dropping coming up here December 23rd. We also got a better look at the Adidas Adizero Bad Bunny SL72, which essentially is kind of like a new model, although it is like a mashup of like a couple of different Adidas pairs right here. I do see the direction they're going on. At first I kind of gave this model a hard time, but now after these little more detailed looks here at this shoe, I definitely see the direction they were going on. The design team with that kind of like distressed, almost tearaway look that kind of feels like it reveals almost two different models mashed up together, which of course I feel like is the theme of this sneaker right here, which I would have to say out of all of the three pairs right here, I'm definitely gravitating a little bit more towards the blue pair. But before I just completely write these joints off altogether, I'm definitely waiting to see the on-feet looks. Now for New Balance, it looks like Jaeon has teased another upcoming New Balance collaboration via their Instagram account with a caption reading Fall Winter 24. So it wouldn't be the first time we've seen the Montreal-based studio teaming up with New Balance, as they've dropped several releases in the past. Even earlier this year, dropping a pair of these Gore-Tex New Balance 2002R. So it looks like they're gonna keep the momentum rolling with an all blacked out murder black version of these, but of course you do have a little hint of navy blue in there right here. So this should be a cool one for all of you minimalist hype beasts out there. Now also from New Balance, they're going to be teaming up with Concepts on a collaboration on the 740. This is a model which New Balance recently brought out their archive. It's a nice little mesh runner, but just from my personal opinion, I'm not really a fan of the updated sole that we see here featured on the V2 version. But I would have to say, as far as this Concepts color scheme, very nice, perfect release for the fall time, but as far as release details, none are known at this time. And for Nike, it looks like we got some new release details for the next upcoming Nigo Air Force 3 release, which previously we did see a light brown colorway, which seemed to be a fan favorite amongst many people. But as far as the next official release, we have this Baroque brown colorway to look forward to, which in my opinion, I feel like this borrows that beef and broccoli theme that New Balance popularized. And as far as this release, you guys can look forward to these dropping coming up December 19th for $160 via the SNKRS app. And in my opinion, I feel like these joints are not touching the first colorway, and I think a lot of people are going to be holding out for that light brown pair if they eventually officially see a release date. Now next up from Jordan brand, we got some release updates. Of course, we know we have the Jordan 11 Legend Blue set to drop coming up this weekend, but according to Z Sneakerheads and Sneaker Files, we already got a look at what to expect as far as next year's big holiday annual release, and we're not getting one but two Jordan 11. So first up, we have the Gamma Blue, a return of a favorite which dropped back in 2013. This will be the first time we've ever seen these retro since their original release, which I know the cap and gown share a similar color scheme, but these joints are the Gamma Blues, of course, as y'all know. And then on top of the Gamma Blues, we also will see the Rare Air Jordan 11s drop, which of course this is just a mock-up image just based off the color blocking. So as far as 2025, it looks like we have not one but two Jordan 11s to drop for the holidays. One that's a blast from the past, one that many people have nostalgia for, and then as far as the other one, they're bringing something new to the table. Now normally I don't cover high-end designer brands over here, but I did want to touch on these new Balenciaga Zeros, especially due to the fact that I feel like this sneaker shares definitely like a kind of Yeezy influence. So I think we did see this model actually debut during a recent Balenciaga runway show, but as you guys see right here, you have pretty much the most simplified. They're taking minimalistic footwear to the next level, as you have a new slip-on shoe, which I'm not even gonna lie, these joints look wild right here. So it looks like they're gonna have a whole bunch of different colors to choose from, and I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I know there's gonna be a lot of jokes surrounding this sneaker, right, or I should say this slip-on right here, but I would actually have to say that I'm kind of digging these. I would definitely rock these like for free, but would I pay the $450 price tag that Balenciaga is asking for these right here? Absolutely not. Now speaking of Yeezy influence, we also have previous Yeezy designer Ding Yang Zhang. He's going to be teaming up with Crocs, which we've seen him take his talents from YEEZY, working on classic models. He's credited as contributing to classics such as the Wave Runner, the Foam Runner, plus many more. He's teamed up with Adidas, brands like Montclair, and it looks like Crocs is now taking some more Yeezy talent under their wing. So he's going to be dropping a model which they're calling the Crocs Diffuser, and as you guys can see right here, they definitely have a Foam Runner-esque type of influence. But then again, at the end of the day, this is a Crocs collaboration, generation, which I would say the foam runner was probably influenced by Crocs. But anyways, as far as this model right here, we're gonna see various different colorways drop in. One that features almost like this kind of like spray paint-esque type of vibe, which I would say is not a bad looking shoe, but as far as the model overall, I would just have to say I can't really get behind it. To me, they almost look like a toddler version of the foam runners, but I guess since we're not gonna see Adidas dropping any more YEEZY foam runners, I guess this would be your next best alternative. So be on the lookout, as these are gonna be debuting. The white pair will be the first colorway, which will be dropping coming up December 12th. And the retail on these joints right here will be 85 bucks. And of course, speaking of YEEZY, it looks like I did get a little email saying that my vultures, or my bad, my bully merch has shipped out. So that's pretty cool to look forward to. Now for me, I didn't buy up everything. The only thing I grabbed was, because they had the 2 t-shirts and then they had the 2 long sleeves. So the only thing I actually grabbed out of all of the merch was just the simple bully short sleeve, the white joint with the little black font on it. Real basic, you know, I didn't want to be like out here buying up all the merch looking like a walking bully billboard. So I feel like that white t-shirt was like probably the most iconic, you know, just simple piece from that collection. That was the only one I needed to grab. So looks like that will be on the way. Now, according to Reddit users, it looks like as far as the sizing, on the short sleeve, it's gonna fit a little bit on the slim side, so hopefully you guys chose accordingly. I picked up a size 2, so we'll see how that joint fits when it actually arrives. And then as far as the long sleeves, apparently they fit just like all of the other YEEZY Los Angeles apparel merch and everything like that. So that should be fun to look forward to. And some people are even reporting that their vinyl and bully CDs have shipped as well, which I feel like that may be done in error, as I don't see how they could be shipping a vinyl or CDs for an album which hasn't even dropped just yet. Or maybe Bully is dropping soon. Who really knows when it comes to Ye? It seems like he's been moving around real mysterious over there in Japan. We really have no updates. It's a real quiet period. So I think right now, you know, fans are like kind of worried, concerned about what the future holds for YEEZY. But just for me, I would say I'm kind of optimistic. I know things are quiet right now, but as far as 2024, I feel like it was a, you know, year for YEEZY to kind of get their feet wet as far as their first year of independency. And I'm optimistic that as far as 2025 goes, we're going to see a lot of things kicking off with the album Bully. And I'm just hoping we can get a return to the sneaker game for my boy Ye, because you guys already know there's a huge void right now. People are waiting on Adidas to drop all of these leftover Yeezys, which we have no clue what that's going to be going on with all of that. So I think, you know, people are waiting to see what Ye brings to the table, although things have been real quiet as of lately. You already know, once he gets ready to drop and begin this rollout for Bully, everybody's going to stop what they're doing and paying attention. All right, and then lastly, before we bounce, guys, let's go ahead and jump into all of this week's best sneaker releases. Of course, this won't be everything, because otherwise we'd be here all day, but just more of some of the high profile stuff. So first off, we have coming up here on the 11th, we got Nike dropping 3 more pairs of the Certified Lover Boy Air Force Ones. Now, I have no clue what took them so long to drop these joints right here. I felt like it would have made a lot more sense to drop these at least like the same year the album dropped. But regardless, it looks like they are dropping it probably maybe at one of the worst times possible, as Drake's stock seems to be at an all-time low, you know, after the whole Kendrick Lamar beef and everything like that, which was probably one of the most talked about subjects like out of the entire year. And to make matters even worse, they're dropping these in kids sizing, which is crazy, especially with all of the Drake allegations and everything like that. So be on the lookout for these hitting the sneakers app for 160 bucks, or maybe don't look out for them. Now also, we got some new from New Balance, another colorway of the 1906L loafer. They're calling this Magnet. So this is an interesting one, which we are going to be seeing hitting New Balance coming up here on the 11th, retailing at 150 bucks. And I'm still looking to grab a pair of these loafers, which I did pick up the metallic silver pair. Unfortunately though, I did go true to size. Them joints were just a little bit too small, so unfortunately did have to let them go. But surprisingly, I actually sold them joints for like 200 bucks above the retail price that I picked them up for. So I don't know, man. JA reseller of the year, y'all let me know down below. But I'm definitely looking to kind of pick up a pair of those black joints, which I think just did drop recently. May have to go back and pick those up. And then we have Saucony hitting us with a Star Cow collaboration on their popular Omni 9 model. So this is a nice one, retailing at 170 bucks. These are going to be dropping on the 12th. Saucony definitely making big moves this year, especially with the J-tips notoriety and everything like that. And then we got the Ding Yang Zong Crocs that we just spoke on. The white pair will be retailing at 85 bucks, dropping soon. That'll be interesting to see, you know, how people respond to those. And then we got a couple of New Balance Aura Lee collaborations, which they've teamed up with the Japanese-based brand, you know, several times in the past. And as far as these right here, definitely some nice additions to the lineup. So you can look forward to both of these pairs dropping on the 13th, and low-key may have to actually pick up one of those right here. Just definitely love like the color schemes on here right here. Then we got a big one from Nike as we have the Stash Air Force Ones dropping alongside with the Stash Air Max 95s. Now I do believe these did have a little soft launch over the weekend at Art Basel, but I'm seeing people over Twitter who are able to cop pairs, I guess somewhere online, so I'm not really sure where they dropped or anything. Let me know down below, guys. But as far as the major sneakers app drop, we can look forward to these hitting the app coming up on the 13th. That's gonna be a cool one. And then as far as the weekend, I would say Adidas is going head to head with Jordan Brand. Well, actually we can't say going head to head, but they're gonna be dropping the Blue Burst or the Knicks Gift or Slick, whatever you want to call them. That's the blue, beautiful blue pair of AE1 lows, which are going to be dropping via Adidas for $110. And did you guys get that exclusive like private sale offer from Adidas? I got this notification through the app, clicked on it just to see what they had, and it was a bunch of the previous AE1 colorways. But when I clicked on the sizes, it was like everything was sold out. So I don't know what that private sale was all about, but regardless, we got these joints dropping this weekend for $110, a beautiful shade of blue, which is kind of crazy because we also got Jordan Brand dropping the Legend Blues. You guys already know what time it is with this pair right here. Rumored to have over 1 million pairs releasing. You guys know anytime when they drop their annual holiday 11s, it's always gonna say there's like 1 million pairs. Who really knows exactly how many pairs they're dropping? But we did see the shock drop go down. These joints are going for like well below retail, but it's an annual Christmas tradition. Pick up a whole pack of these for the whole family. So let me know, are you guys grabbing these, or now that you got word that them Gamma joints are gonna be dropping next year, are you holding out for the whole year to get those next year? So that's what we got dropping this week. Let me know if you guys are picking up anything. For me, it's pretty much crickets. I maybe just sleep on everything, but as far as my favorites from the week, I'm rocking with them Orly New Balances, and I would have to say them Stash Nike joints are looking very nice. So comment down below if you guys are picking up everything. That's it for this week's wrap up of all of the news updates. If you guys enjoyed the update, make sure you smash the like button, help support the channel. I need everybody to, you know, smash that like button. That's super important. Plus, drop your feedback on all the topics covered. So I'm JA. I'll be catching you guys later on this week for all of the updates. Make sure you guys sub up to John Alexander TV for bonus content. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, all them socials, all that good stuff. So I'll check in with you guys soon. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.